Accountability is weaponized against high achievers. You pride yourself on ownership, but that is exactly what toxic individuals exploit. They use your own virtues to enslave you to their values. And here is how to spot the trap and to define and leverage true accountability. So as always, we need a precise definition. And accountability exists on two levels. Level one is inner accountability. This means that you are responsible for taking virtuous action that produces your values. You've got to hold your vices in contempt. Vices are the actions that do not produce your values. You have got to cut those off immediately, the second you realize that they're worthless. Now, level two is external accountability. Now, this is for partnership, for your life, for your business. You need to ask your partner or a partner to audit your actions. They have to audit those actions against your shared values. And if there's somebody who you can really trust, they can weigh them against your non-contradictory individual values. And then these people need to hold your vices in contempt. You're going to want to welcome this feedback because it empowers the shared mission. And here's the core mechanism which you must understand. Virtues are the actions that you take that actually produce your values. Vices are the actions that you take that do not produce your values. If you don't define what you value first, then you cannot define virtue. And this is where the high achievers get taken for a ride. Because as a high achiever, you're a fast learner. You are willing to change your behaviors in order to get a result. You either have or have developed high-level virtues: loyalty, commitment, consistency, dedication. You naturally apply these virtues to your relationships. But this is where the lack of awareness can destroy you. The trap is that you assume that your partner shares your values. You assume that you're working towards a shared vision. But a toxic individual does not share your values. They value control and they value having their demands met. Because you're unaware of this contradiction, you keep working harder to fix the disconnect. Slowly, you're conditioned to believe that the shared goal is applying your virtue to their ends. You learn to suppress your own wants and your own needs because they react with annoyance or rage when you express them. You stop auditing for the mission and you start auditing for approval. And you have to understand that to the toxic individual, vice is their virtue because they value taking your energy and your resources and your time. So the virtuous action is to manipulate you to get them. When they are holding you accountable, they are not checking to see if you achieved a common goal. They are checking in to see if you served them. And you feel drained because you are acting against your own interest. You get caught between maintaining your virtues, being a good partner, and betraying your own values to do it. And this is not a partnership. This is a prison. And it's built on your own virtues. Because a true partnership requires two things: harmony, which is having shared values plus shared vision, and synergy, your virtues plus their virtues equaling a result, equaling out to the underlying value that you both share. If these don't exist, then external accountability becomes oppression. Partnership becomes a prison. At this point, you are just being exploited. In a healthy partnership, the partner understands the blueprint. If you're building software to solve a future problem, and they insist on auditing you for immediate results, they are actually demonizing a beneficial action. Now, how do you know if it's just a mistake or if it's actually a pattern? Well, I think you should hold no quarter for toxic behavior, and a mistake is always unintentional. So if it happens once, it's not intentional, it's a mistake. If a behavior occurs twice, I'm suspicious. And if it's 3 times, I'm considering it a pattern. Because a pattern implies intention, and vices are weeds. If you do not hold it in contempt, it will take the whole garden. So when somebody tries to hold you accountable, we need to use this litmus test. and ask yourself, does this accountability that I'm taking here actually map to my core values? Does it move my goals forward? If the answer is yes, embrace it. Correct your course. If the answer is no, accept no accountability. Just think of it like golf and calculus. If you want to be a pro golfer, then you shouldn't be letting the person in charge or the person working on that shared vision with you to be judging you on your calculus score, because it can destroy your confidence and it can take away your focus. If the metric does not apply to your vision, then it becomes a detractor. True accountability is freedom. It is the relentless pursuit of your values and the immediate rejection of your vices. Do not let anyone hold you accountable to a future in which you have no share. And you can get in touch with your values and you can get in touch with your vision by downloading my free interactive harmony audit in the description below. Please like, share, subscribe. Also, if you made it to the end of this video, please be sure that you don't allow yourself and your virtues to become your prison. But also, let accountability be a launching pad to your own sovereignty and your own freedom.